Remember when summers lasted forever? When a single school year felt like a lifetime? Now, weeks blur together, months disappear, and entire years feel like they're quietly slipping away. Why does time seem to speed up as we get older? Is it just a trick of nostalgia, or something deeper happening inside the brain? The first clue lies in our childhood. As kids, our world is built from a constant stream of firsts. First friends, first fears, first family vacations, that first taste of heartbreak. Every new experience is a command to the brain, pay attention. It forces our neural circuits to capture more detail, store more distinct memories, and build a rich, dense timeline. All that new information stretches our perception of time. That's why a single summer at age 10 feels endless. Your brain isn't just living, it's recording everything. There's also a matter of proportion. For a 10-year-old, 1 year is a tenth of their entire existence, a vast landscape to explore. For a 50-year-old, it's just 2%, a smaller fraction of a much longer life. But as adults, we trade novelty for routine. The same morning alarm, the same commute, the same responsibilities waiting at the end of the day. Our brain, being incredibly efficient, recognizes the pattern. It sees no reason to save the details of your 1,000th trip to the office, so it compresses the data, like a digital file being zipped to save space. Life feels faster because our brain, in its efficiency, has stopped paying such close attention. Recent studies have actually watched this happen. When older adults were shown a movie while in an fMRI scanner, their brain activity showed fewer distinct shifts compared to younger viewers. Their brains registered fewer individual scenes, causing the entire experience to feel shorter, more compressed. And there's a biological rhythm to this, a deeper mechanism at play. Buried inside the brain is a region called the insula. You can think of it as an internal clock, but one that tracks your body's signals, your heartbeat, your emotions, your gut feelings. When you're young, this region fires constantly. Every surprise, every rush of excitement creates a spike in neural activity. These internal signals are like timestamps, giving time a rich, vivid texture. But as we age, our internal rhythms stabilize. Fewer spikes, fewer surprises. Research shows that as the insula structure changes over time, our emotional responses can become less intense. There's less neural texture to mark the passage of moments. As this internal clock quiets down, the outside world begins to blur. So our childhood feels slow because everything is new, demanding our full attention. Adulthood feels fast because so much of it is familiar, allowing our brain to run on autopilot. But that's only one side of the equation, because our sense of time doesn't just depend on how we experience life, it depends on how we remember it. We've all felt it, how novelty can make an hour feel like a day, and how routine can make a month vanish in a sprint. But that's just the surface. The real illusion, the one that governs our lives, is how memory itself shapes the feeling of time passing. The strange thing is, you don't really experience the length of time in the moment. You experience it in hindsight, through the tapestry of memories you keep. Picture your childhood memories as a massive, overflowing jar, packed with vivid details, first experiences, and intense emotions. Now picture your adult memories. For many of us, that jar is sparser, more room between the moments. This is the core of the illusion. The denser your memories, the longer a period of time feels when you look back on it. The fewer distinct memories you form, the shorter it feels. Childhood is packed with detail because almost everything is new. Adulthood, so often built on routine, simply isn't. That's why a 2-week family vacation at age 12 can feel gigantic, a foundational chapter of your life. But a 2-month stretch of the same work commute and nightly routine as an adult can feel like a blank. Time isn't actually speeding up. Your memories are thinning out. But that's not the only force at play. There's also something called the proportional theory. It's a matter of simple fractions. A single year for a 10-year-old is a full 10% of their entire existence. It's a massive slice of their life's pie. But that same year for a 40-year-old, it's only 2.5%. The slices get thinner and thinner with every birthday. This is why your 20s can feel like a sprawling, chaotic epic full of dramatic shifts and growth, while your 40s can feel like someone hit the fast forward button. But here's the crucial part. This isn't a fixed destiny. Time's perceived speed can be changed, slowed down, or sped up, depending entirely on the choices you make. So how do you stretch time? Psychologists have found concrete ways to do it. First, and most powerfully, you have to reintroduce novelty. New experiences, traveling somewhere unfamiliar, learning a skill, even just trying a new recipe, force your brain to get off autopilot. It has to actively record more data to make sense of the world. This process thickens your memory, and in doing so, it slows down your perception of time. Second, pay deep attention. Mindfulness isn't a mystical concept. It's a neurological one. When you are fully present, your attention expands the moment. It forces the brain to register more sensory detail, making that moment feel larger and more significant in your memory. And third, consciously design memorable days. We need what are called time markers. Meaningful trips, challenging conversations, surprises, small adventures. The more of these markers you plant in your timeline, the longer and richer that timeline feels. Even small changes make a difference. Taking a new route on your daily walk, putting on unfamiliar music, trying something you used to love but forgot about. These moments add weight and texture back to time. In the end, time doesn't really speed up. We just stop paying attention to it. We let routine sand down the edges of our days until they all blend together. But the moments are still there, waiting to be seen, to be remembered, to be lived. Slowing down time isn't about fighting age. It's about learning to pay attention again. It's about choosing to live days that are worth remembering. Because even the most unremarkable day can become remarkable the moment you decide to truly notice it.
That was today's look at the remarkable hiding inside the ordinary. If curiosity made you smile, stick around for more little wonders every week. Like, subscribe, and let's keep exploring how even the unremarkable can surprise us. Stay curious. This is Unremarkably Remarkable.